In Wood County, the Hawkins City Council has fired its municipal judge. KLTV's Michael Richardson has the latest tonight from Hawkins.
A lot of questions in Hawkins tonight over the legality of the decision to remove Judge Mitch Henderson. The city council voted 3-2. Mayor Deb Rushing served as the tiebreaker.
You finally got what you want.
The decision to remove Municipal Judge Mitch Henderson sparking frustration for many Hawkins residents, including Amy Pack.
We are just totally abandoned as a community by our government.
The move comes after the city fired its sole police officer and is over $5 million in debt.
It's the last straw that kept her from having what she is so inadequately sure of, supreme power over her city of Hawkins.
Henderson says the city council needed 4 votes to remove him.
They pay me $600 a month to do this job, so it's more of a civic pride, civic help that I'm doing it for.
Mayor Deb Rushing defending her decision, adding the city has been spending irresponsibly the last 10 years.
For me, it's very simple. We don't have a police department. We don't have a reason to have a court and a judge and all of that stuff if we don't have a police department.
Michael Richardson, KLTV 7 News.
Henderson says that he has been working for the city since February. Asked whether he plans on taking any action, he says that he is reviewing his legal options.